Things are changing very quickly over at Marvel Comics. And I'm sorry, guys, Marvel Comics is not fine. Disney has a new CEO, and it looks like they're going through and cleaning house, and they just got rid of Dan Buckley. Dan Buckley, who's been in charge of Marvel for quite a while now, and a lot of people are blaming him for the utter state of Marvel Comics. And I think Disney is done. Disney is done messing around. I think Josh D'Amaro's done messing around. And what's weird, though, is they're bringing people in to manage Marvel Comics that are not comic book people. Okay, so I am really starting to think that they're going to shake up Marvel in ways that we cannot fully predict right now. And I'm going to tell you again, I know people are tired of hearing it. I think this is going to end with Marvel outsourcing a lot of its content to comic book publishers. There's a rumor floating around that Robert Kirkman maybe is kind of circling Marvel to get a hold of some of the licenses over there. I think Skybound would actually do a very, very good job with Marvel, but we'll see what happens. Very interesting development. I have to give a hat tip to Gabe, who sent this over. I missed this. I was actually busy working on putting out some other forest fires, and Marvel's on fire, man. Marvel is not in the good way. We have a bunch of their editors leaving. We have a bunch of people getting gone from Marvel. David Gabriel's gone, and now they're getting rid of Dan Buckley, who people thought was like going to go down with the ship. Like, this guy was going to be there forever. So how long until CB Cebulski gets gone? I think that's going to be pretty soon. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, go out to more.clownfishtv.com. That's more.clownfishtv.com for more Clownfish TV. Help support the reef for less than the cost of a super chat. You can help keep Clownfish TV on the air. And also, I've got some comic book podcast episodes out there. I don't talk about it much on the main channel because I'm going to be honest, nobody cares. Nobody cares about Marvel and DC Comics anymore. And it's reflected in the sales. Marvel is getting its ass completely handed to it by DC. And even DC's sales, other than Absolute, are not great. So this shows that they are going to change things tremendously over at Marvel. And I'm sure Rob Liefeld, I'll have to go check after I get done recording this. I'm sure he's out there just giddy, absolutely giddy. Hollywood Reporter, Marvel Comics shakeup. TV chief Brad Winderbaum takes on publishing as veteran Dan Buckley exits. They fired him. At the same time, David Abdo will seg from Disney's music group to serve as general manager, comics and franchise. Okay, this does... guys, I'm telling you, these guys are not comic book people. These guys are brand managers. I don't think Marvel as a comic book publisher is going to last much longer. Or at least they're not going to do this stuff in-house. I'm just telling you, this does not feel like a move. I could be wrong, but this does not feel like a move that is going to push Marvel as a comic book publisher. It's going to push Marvel as a brand that they're going to just outsource. This is my gut on this. Marvel is shaking up its comics publishing unit. The Disney division has promoted Brad Winderbaum, already its chief of television and animation, to the head of Marvel Television, Animation, Comics, and Franchises, Marvel has announced. This is after they got rid of a whole bunch of guys who worked on the MCU, and they got rid of a whole bunch of guys at Marvel Comics. At the same time, David Abdo will seg from Disney to serve as Marvel's general manager, comics and franchise, reporting to Winderbaum. Okay, with the new top leadership coming in, that means that Dan Buckley, the longtime Marvel boss, is departing. Buckley will remain at Marvel through mid-2027 to support the leadership transition. I'm sure it was in his contract. He's got to be able to, turn over the keys to Marvel Comics to these guys. They bought him out. He's not leaving willingly. They bought him out. They said, hey, your books are selling for shit. And they bought him out. The leadership change is in some ways a long time coming. Marvel Studios chief Kevin Feige added publishing to his portfolio in 2023, and observers have been waiting for him to put his imprint on the comics side of the company. And the change comes after Marvel ceded its position of comics market share leader for the first time this century, losing it to historic rival DC and the runaway success of Absolute Universe. Absolute is the highest selling I guess, imprint. I know it's not really an imprint, but subline of books out there. But I still think it is lacking compared to where Marvel and DC were even 10, 15 years ago. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know. DC also dominated the industry's Eisner Awards. So Marvel's losing. According to Marvel, Winterbaum will oversee the creative direction of Marvel's publishing portfolio, as well as Marvel's global brand and franchise efforts, in addition to his current role overseeing television and animation. CB Cebulski, current editor-in-chief, will report to Winterbaum. How long until he gets gone? Because if they're gutting Marvel because they're not selling books for shit, Cebulski signed off on a lot of those books. Right? He's the editor-in-chief. Actually, I would have expected Cebulski to get gone before Dan Buckley. Brad's exceptional creative leadership and David's deep experience in operations and digital innovation will be a powerful pairing as we begin building out the next 90 years of Marvel's comic book legacy, said Feige in a statement. Brad brings a proven ability to lead creative teams and craft ongoing episodic narratives that resonate with our fans around the world, while David offers a strong track record of operational excellence and strategic growth. I'm excited for what they'll be able to do together. Winterbaum has been with Marvel since the making of its inaugural movie, Iron Man. Moving up the ranks, he took on its live action and animated series, serving as executive producer on all Marvel Studios shows, including Hawkeye, Loki, Agatha All Along, Daredevil Born Again, X-Men 97, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Abdo is described as a strategic and results-focused executive with digital expertise and 20-plus years of leadership experience transforming and building media businesses. He was the general manager of Disney Music Group, responsible for the day-to-day management of Disney's global music division. I'm telling you guys, this does not bode well for Marvel as a comic book publisher. I'm just saying. Buckley acted as Marvel's publisher and then president of Marvel Entertainment before having the more recent title of head of Marvel Comics and franchise. Feige praised the departing executive for his years of service. Thank you for your service. Here's your box, Dan. Put your shit in your box. There's the door. Next year. From events like Civil War, Secret Wars, X-Men, Age of Krakoa, this soon-to-be-released Marvel Midnight imprint, to the expansion into video games, television, animation, more Marvel's influence on pop culture expanded under Dan's leadership, bringing our characters and stories to new fans around the world, stated Feige. Dan has left a lasting mark on Marvel's legacy and on the comics industry, and I'm deeply grateful to him and pleased we will have his full support through this transition. Let me parse this for you as a corporate guy. Let's see here. I'm deeply grateful to him and pleased we will have his full support through this transition. We bought him out. And part of that includes him basically training his replacement. He didn't just get shit canned. He did get shit canned. He absolutely got shit canned because the sales are terrible. But they're shaking things up at Marvel Comics. And I don't know what it's going to look like on the other side. I would hope that they could fix the X-Men, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, he's been there for a long time. And now he's not. And I don't know what Disney's going to do with Marvel, but the fact that they're bringing people in from television and music to run the comic book company does not bode well, in my opinion, for Marvel Comics as a comic book publisher. I think it's just a funny feeling I have. Gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe. We'll talk later.